Good day, podcast community. I'm Pete Kane. We podcast, publish, and build thriving communities locally and globally using our masterclass. We're talking about journaling on purpose. I went from depression, many bouts. I'm dyslexic and have ADD. So if I went off the medicine, Ritalin or Adderall, I would crash. I get overwhelmed. And I'd always hear the word, well, do a gratification journal, gratifying, whatever that word is. And when you're in the middle of the storm, there's no silver bullet to get out, but there's habits. Habits create outcomes. And what I started doing 3 years ago is I started writing. Now, because I was dyslexic, that was not my kind of forte. I wasn't considered a writer. I flunked English in high school. Too bad, 2 failed attempts at Virginia Tech. So being a scholar and writing and spelling was not my thing. You would look at my writing and it would look like shorthands because couldn't spell certain words. But here's what happened. I started a habit, Atomic Habits by James Clear. I had to be at the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning. Now, willpower, there ain't no willpower out there. It's just habits, stacking habits. And I got almost 2 years, practically, when I was at Overture and even before then. I started doing it first thing. So I would get up, drink my water. I would start journaling what my thoughts were from the previous day, just writing with the idea of getting what's up here on paper. And it really is magical because there's something that activates the brain. Now, with a stroke and a brain injury, you're repairing neurons. So you're trying to get these things working again. I had to get my emotions. I had to get my both crying and laughing under control. I had to learn how to breathe. I had to learn how to eat. I had to learn everything over because when one half of your body goes, so does the functionality of the rest of the body. So here was my tip. I went down, got up, drank, started writing a little bit. Then I'd take a break. I'd go down to the gym, hit the pedal on the bike, and I would listen to personal development, something that would feed my mind while I was doing it. Then I alternated legs and upper body, just depending on the day. But when I got back, it was my creative time. I would further journal. I was always thinking, quiet thinking, which has been really helpful because we're bombarded by so many things. We're consuming so much information. We're watching 4 hours of TV. We're scrolling social media for 2 hours. So we're consuming. We were built to create. That's why journaling is so powerful of a habit. So I would just start writing. And when you get things out of your mind and you're able to get them on paper, it's amazing what it does for your brain of thinking and writing. What I learned, I used several things. I used Brendon Burchard's planner, which is more extensive. I didn't start out doing that, but I have done for well over a year. But I started writing and writing and writing. What did I learn from the previous day? What am I thinking about going forward? And getting that out activated me. It activated something up here. And so 3 years later, I'm still doing it. I can't tell you how many journals I've filled up because it has become a habit that I stack so many good things along with I drink my coffee in the morning and the plumbing would continue. So it was just the starting. So here, I mean, you don't have to do 4 different journals. I journal on my iPhone. I journal on Growth Day. I journal on Brendon Burchard, and I have an orange journal. And I actually have another journal that came with the Brendon Burchard's journals. But I always have one close by, and you always hear like a Jerry Steinfeld or creative people. They always have a notebook, something where when the thoughts hit, they could write it down. And that's a habit. Habit of journaling activates the brain. It activates you coming up with ideas, getting these things out, putting them on paper, formulating your thoughts. And when you do that, a lot of my journaling is voice to text. So I'm speaking because I can flow much better. Because I used to ask AX, Alexis. I would ask that how to spell words at least 5, 6, 7, 8 times during the day. Sometimes more, whether it's Siri or that. But now I can flow, and I'm better at formulating words. I don't know what it is. I went 40 plus 50 years not being able to really think of words. They're coming to me more, and I know it's from my habit of journaling. So we were in a small group last night, and I asked people, does anybody journal? Nobody does. Some people had tried it. And that's just where I was. I would try it because when I was down in the dump, I felt I got to do something. And then, if I read my other journals, I'd probably go back to depression. But I am so fired up because I'm creating. We're born to create. So be a creator. Be a creator. Join our group. Let me see. I know I have something for you here. Because let's see. Yeah. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay. Oops. Nope, I don't. Hold on here. There we go. Okay. So we do a virtual event every Friday, that we do a live event on Saturday once a month. And so I'll put that up on the screen just now. But go try Growth Day, because part of the 5 to Thrive, that is a habit that I've created. Because if you can have people speaking to you like Brendon Burchard, who is the most successful in this industry, in my opinion, he challenges you, he gives you framework. He's always talking to you of 20 plus years of working in this industry. And you can have him as your mentor. And to be able to try it for 7 days, to experience it, you start you start getting that idea of what if you had a person of that highest speaking to, because they can leverage through technology. You go in there and you do the 5 to Thrive. You do Brendon's anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. But you're finishing about 20 because you do 4 other things for your 5 to Thrive. And it's the best investment in you, because you invest in you, you will always get the best return. Because I always say the magic is in you, and anything's possible. And anything is possible for those who believe. But you have to keep having that bigger belief system. We only have a limited belief system because of our self-imposed beliefs. And if you want to believe big, you've got to nourish that. You've got to feed it. You got to keep exercising it, stretching that muscle, learning up here, journaling. What did you learn? Who'd you meet? What lessons were taught? What kind of future do you have? By writing this out and just taking part of that TV time. The TV's okay, but when you consume a third of your life consuming stuff like scrolling social media or watching TV, we're not meant to do that. We're meant to create. Be a creator. and see how it fires you up. It's fired me up. I can't wait to get up. I have trouble getting those 6.5 hours that I try for. I would like to get 8. I've never been able to get 8. But I get up between 2:30 and 3 every morning. Now there's a reason, but I'm in a habit of getting it up. Now I go to bed early, but you can start journaling. Just start writing. Start writing. Put a bunch of habits on that you can stack. So when you don't feel like it one morning, you have so many things that benefit from that it gets you in that groove, in that flow. And you want to get in the flow. I don't miss it now. Never. 3 years. You should see all my journals. Crazy. I started reading some of my back journals for the last 4 months. Man, I was going like, whoa. I didn't realize I had written that. But that, if we don't get it out of our head, we can't benefit. So, all right. So let me give you our masterclass because I want to give you a gift. So if you go to pkane.me/masterclass, that is our gift. It's like the fuel to our rocket. And it's so important for you to expand your beliefs because the magic is in you, but you got to activate it. It just doesn't happen by accident. It's intentional. Intentional growth day, intentional learning, challenging yourself. We're built to challenge. We're built to create. And when we do that, man, you're so fired up, you can walk through a brick wall. So let me give you a couple things here. Our live event. If you ever want to come to our live event, pkane.me/live. Let me see what else I can give you here. Connect with us. Our virtual summit. For anybody that's been a guest on my podcast, they can certainly become on our virtual summit, which we have on Fridays. And if you'd like to be a guest on my podcast, take a short assessment so I can understand who you are, a little bit about you. Then we'll create a digital asset. Because if you know the importance of digital assets, you'll want to be on the podcast. It's a fun 25 minutes. And join us. And we'll get to know you. And I will help you connect with people in our community. We're a community of givers, challengers, people that want to make a difference. We want to be bold, make an impact, and have fun. Be bold, make an impact, and have fun. Thank you.